Okay, we're almost done with the week. 3 verses today, Acts 3, 9 through 11. Okay, not 1 through 13. Anyway, go ahead and see if you can pronounce it. And now it's my turn to speak. Kai Aden pas ho laos auton peripatunta kai einunta ton theon. Verse 10. Epigenoskan. Yeah. Epigenoskon. De auton hoti hutos ein hopros tein eleemosunein. There's that word for alms again, or act of mercy. Kathemenos epite horaya pule tu hiaru. Kai eplethesan thambus. Kai ecstaseus, ecstasy. Epito sumbebe koti. Sumbebe koti. Auto. Verse 11. Kratuntos de autou ton petruon kai ton ioannein sunedramen pas ho laos pros autus epitestoa te kalumene Solomontos, Solomon Grundy, that's of Solomon. Ekthamboy. Well, that was hard. It's late in the day, and I need more coffee. Okay, see if we can translate it. Very nice. Here's mine. And he saw, that is, all the people saw. That's a he, she, or it, and all the people is a he, she, or it. And all the people saw him, that is the man who'd been healed, walking and praising the God, not Zeus, but the God. Verse 10, and they were recognizing, epigenoskon, there you go, and they were recognizing him, that this, demonstrative pronoun, was the guy. This was the, for the alms sitting guy. For the alms sitting one. That this was the guy who used to sit for alms. At the beautiful gate, interesting, it said door earlier, thura, but it says pule, gate here, at the beautiful gate of the temple, one of the gates of the temple. And they were full. They were full of awe and wonder, or wonder and awe, thambus and ecstasy, and just a little bit of awe. Okay, at the having come together to him thing, the thing that had happened to him. Verse 11, and grasping him, okay, genitive absolute, him grasping Peter and John, all the people, pas holaos, all the people ran, sunedramen, all the people ran. This looks like a first person plural, we, but in fact, this is a nu with an epsilon in front of it, a movable nu. This is a third person singular past tense form. Easily confused because men, but it's not, it's an ending. All the people ran to them, pros autos, at the stoa, the being called of Solomon, stoa, amazed. They were amazed. They were ekthamboi. Okay, so stoa is, of course, like a colonnade under a porch of sorts. Okay, let me just say, this is probably not beginning Greek. It's certainly not first semester Greek. Okay, let's look at it here. And all the people saw him, and all the people saw him. So this pas holaos is nominative. That's a nominative construction, all the people. So it's the subject. Aden is the verb. A nu with an epsilon in front of it is almost always a movable nu. So that's epsilon there, a third person singular, past tense ending, active indicative past tense ending. Aid is the irregular aorist of horao, see. He saw. You can see the video, id, in the middle there, telling you it's the aorist. Okay, all the people saw him. They saw him walking and praising God. So my aunt is an active participle, or in this case, my aunt. But the unt tells you that this is an active participle. There's been a crash here. This is peripateo, and this is inetto, and the in both of them has crashed into the omicron of the aunt. And when epsilons and omicrons crash, ooh. Anyway, but all the letters of the present stem, so these are present participles. All the people saw him. What did they see him doing? They saw him walking, and they saw him praising. This is accusative masculine singular because him is, auton is accusative masculine singular, and walking and praising is what him is doing. And so these are also accusative masculine singular. Okay, and they were recognizing, I think I have this on the parsing page, it is epigenosko, augment hiding there, all the letters of the present stem, it's imperfect. They were recognizing him. That, noun clause. Hoti introduces two kinds of clauses. Sometimes it can introduce a causal clause, in which case it is translated because. In this case, it is that, introducing a noun clause. This, demonstrative pronoun, this man was, this is the imperfect of a me, just memorize it because you'll see it a lot. This was the, for the act of mercy, sitting guy. This was the one for the alms sitting. This, you could almost put parentheses around prostain ela emosune. You can almost put parentheses around it because the ho goes with the kathemenos, the sitting one, the one who sat for alms at the gate, at the beautiful gate of the temple. Okay, next we have, and they were filled. I don't have this on the next page, so let's go ahead and parse it. Theta eta is aorist passive. Son is a third person plural ending that's used with the aorist passive. So it's aorist passive indicative third plural from, I think it's pimplemi, not a very common verb. Anyway, and there's the augment on the front, the epsilon. They were filled with wonder and of all. Oh, these are genitives. They were filled of wonder and of awe. So with is some kind of a, it's not a real common genitive, but they were filled, maybe a genitive of quality. I seem to remember there being a genitive quality. I need to review my intermediate categories of genitives and slap it on a final PowerPoint slide. At the, okay, this is perfect because of the stuttering in the middle. The beta gets a little beside itself and then puts an epsilon in the middle. That tells you it's perfect. It's a compound word with soon a preposition on the front. So all of the fundamental front of the word stuff happens at the end of the preposition in a compound. My aunt is an active participle, but in the perfect participle, the new goes away. My aunt is an active participle, doesn't really help, I don't think, but it's true. The kappa also would have told me that it was perfect active. In the song of, yeah, I'm not going to sing the song of nominative participles. This is dative because that iota right there. Okay, so it's at the having happened thing. Yeah, to him. Now this is genitive absolute. Genitive absolute is a noun or pronoun in the genitive and a participle in the genitive. My aunt is an active participle, so there's a participle in the genitive and there's a noun in the pronoun in the genitive. So what you do in that case is you make the noun or pronoun the subject and you make the participle the verb. Him clinging, Peter, him grasping Peter, him grabbing Peter, so to speak, him grabbing Peter and John. A genitive absolute is a constructions that is used when you don't have anything grammatically in the main sentence to connect it to. They had to put an ending on him clinging to Peter. They had to put an ending on these. And so they rolled the dice and said, oh, genitive, let's do genitive. But there's nothing grammatically in the main clause of this to connect it to. So it's called a genitive absolute. It's absolute because it stands on its own grammatically. Okay. He ran together. That is, all the people ran together. This is a nominative again. New with an epsilon in front of it. Movable new. Epsilon, third person singular, past tense ending. We'll talk about this on the next page. All the people ran together to them, pros autus, at the stoa, the stoa being called of Solomon, and they were amazed. This goes with the all the people were amazed. Interesting shift from singular to plural, but people is what we call a collective noun. Even though it's singular, people, it's talking about a lot of people, so it's plural. So the reason why amazed can be plural, telling us about something that's singular, is because the singular thing here is collective. It is the Borg collective. Okay, parsing for today. Again, this is aorist because the id. Epsilon is an active indicative third person singular ending, and then it's from horao. Why? Because I've memorized it. It's a second aorist. One of the dirty dozen you should memorize. Okay, this is imperfect because all the letters of epignosko are there. I mean, the ending is different, but you do that. This is the imperfect ending, third plural. And there's an augment that's taken the place of the iota. Normal, you do it after the compound verb, do it after the preposition. And so it's imperfect. They were recognizing. This is kathemai, which is deponent. Omai, it's deponent. So men are passive participles or middle, but in this case it's deponent. That means we translate it actively, even though it looks passive. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It looks like a passive sheep, but it's an active wolf. It's present because all the letters of the present stem are there. Again, I mentioned this is perfect because the beta got a little beside itself, but an epsilon. Perfect active because of the kappa. It's a participle. I've come to recognize the ots as participles. It is dative because of the iota. Neuter because it translates as the thing that had happened, singular. And then sumbino. And beta eta is all that's left of bine. This word in its aorist, it takes a second aorist that loses a lot of letters. You just memorize it. And last but not least, this fun word. I like this word because it's drama. See the draw? This is the irregular aorist of treco. Who knew? But it is. It's aorist because you memorize it. And then this is new with an epsilon in front of it. So this is a past tense ending, aorist. Active indicative first. No, it's not first plural. Not. It's third singular. Curses, Ken. But there, we're done for the day, and hopefully you have advanced in your knowledge of Greek and in Acts.